I want to assure our public sector workers, to our nurses, to our teachers, and to our doctors that no one, and I repeat, no one, will lose their job.
Okay.
The cuts began. So did the protest. Cutting out everything that people cared about. Education, public health, the environment, autism, and other social programs, all subject to funding cuts. Even the people's kids got angry. And in the end, public sector workers did lose their jobs, and people as well, they pushed back even harder. And now, Doug Ford is in damage control, and his future cuts are now on hold. Oh my God, where do I start with this guy? Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about Doug Ford. Doug Ford implemented some political changes that has been affecting Canadians since June 2018.
Let's talk about some changes that Doug Ford did to climate change. Ontario is not on track to lose its carbon emissions, and Doug Ford even slowed down the process of making electrical vehicles, and he slowed down the usage of renewable energy that can be very helpful to our community.
Some of the changes that he made were the amount of teachers that would lose their jobs, and as well as changing the student curriculum and making 4 mandatory online classes something that a student would need to graduate.
Doug Ford has done almost nothing.
I mean, not bad for someone that dropped out of Humber College in Toronto after 2 months in the program. Look at this. Even I stayed longer.
The province made almost $3 billion worth of cap and trade auctions in 2018. Doug Ford has cut those costs, and it will make us lose $3 billion in the following years because of cut and trade.
This guy even went as far as banning useful technologies used in classrooms, like cell phones, laptops.
As far as having cell phones in class, in today's society we are overwhelmed with technology, and I don't believe that Doug Ford will put a stop to kids using their phones in classes. Many students use their phone for research.
He even went as far as cutting $1 billion in education funds. Like, where does that money go? Canadian taxpayers are paying all that money. Where does that money go? His lunch? I mean, look at this guy. Are we really gonna trust this guy to lead our province? I mean, don't get me wrong. This guy looks more like a game show host or something. That's more like it. And what exactly did he do for the people? Well, he said he wanted to cut the fat in government. Ontario's budget deficit is now more than $13 billion. Ford promised he'd cut it without cutting jobs.
If teachers lose their jobs, that means that the government will be saving approximately $851 million. But in my opinion, I don't feel that's appropriate, because that means that a lot of people are going to be without jobs, and it's going to leave people without money.
This is the future of our planet, and we as humans have been dealing with it a long time. We should not be increasing the carbon emissions, we should be reducing it. Unlike Doug Ford, he wants to increase it and destroy our planet.
The government is planning on cutting approximately 3,475 teachers within the next 5 years.
This guy is making cuts on cuts on cuts.
And for all of you that are against Doug Ford and hate him, repeat after me. Yes, sir!
If you're with me to save our planet, say yes, sir. Yes, sir!
So, I want to hear from everybody. Yes, sir!